could turn out to be a very costly move for that racing team. And guys, I think they're just about set to let them loose.
Indeed they are. The lights atop the pace car are no longer flashing. And this will complete lap number 43, which means we will only be 2 more laps from the halfway point, and the driver leading at that point, the winner of $10,000. Looks like that Kyle Petty's going to make quick work possibly of Dick Trickle and take the lead here before they get into the first turn. Yeah, Kyle's got the lead already as they pass the Skoll Classic Oldsmobile that was damaged earlier by Rick Mast. 3 abreast through the first corner. That's Morgan Shepherd in the middle. Here comes Kyle Petty storming into the lead.
And Morgan Shepherd has moved into second place. Another quick pit stop by the Wood brothers got him out in better position. He was running 7th before that pit stop. There's Mark Martin going around Trickle, and now Rusty Wallace going around as we ride with Mark Martin up through the S's, the high-speed part of the racetrack. Now braking to get into the new loop here. Rick Mast's running pretty good there with that banged up car. He's a lap down, at least a lap down.
Yeah, we show him 3 laps down, actually, in 32nd position. And again, a little bit of moisture on some of the windshields. We were riding with Rusty Wallace there for just a moment. Here comes Mark Martin and Wallace, Irvin, Wally Dallenbach, Alan Kowicki. That's from about 4th on back.
Bob, I think we'll see some aggressive driving because there are still a lot of clouds around, and they want to make up every position they possibly can in case the rain does come. See Rusty Wallace dip out there to try to get on the inside of Mark Martin, but it's not going to work this time.
Mark Martin is running in 3rd position. And next time around will be the halfway point. And it will be an official race should we get more precipitation than we're getting right now. Just a light sprinkle in some portions of the racetrack at the moment. Ernie Irvin, he's all over Rusty Wallace, and he's going to pick up that spot, Ned.
Yes, he is. He moves right around him. He sees Kyle Petty up there, but he knows that Kyle is too far away for him to try to catch before they get that halfway mark because Kyle Petty has moved away.
4th, 5th, and 6th there. Ernie Irvin up ahead. 5th is Rusty Wallace, and 6th is Wally Dallenbach. You saw the dark cloud that Mark passed under, and a little bit of moisture falling from that cloud. There's Morgan Shepherd 2nd, then Martin, Irvin, Wallace, Dallenbach, Kowicki, Terry Labonte. Here comes the leader off of corner number 11, and cross flags are displayed. The halfway point has been reached, and Kyle Petty picks up $10,000 from the Gillette Halfway Challenge. Kyle Petty is the name you must know if you are called by the Gillette Halfway Challenge people in the next few moments, because he was the leader at the halfway point and picked up the 10 grand.
Well, Bob, it's raining down here in turn 1.
Where you been, Eaton?
I went on lunch break, but I'm back now, and it's raining.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we're beginning to see a little bit of precipitation on the window of the broadcast booth also, which is directly across from the start-finish line. So, we now have reached the halfway point, so now, as Ned indicated a few minutes ago, we may see some real aggressive driving here in the next few moments, unless the track gets real slick.
Well, the caution is out in this corner up here, Bob. I don't know if that's
it is overall.
Full of course caution, apparently will be. They'll race hard back to that caution, Bob, because this might be their last chance.
This could be the end of the race. You see the yellow flags being displayed by the corner workers, but it is waving also from the starter stand, indicating an overall caution. We're watching the battle for second place. Look at Mark Martin get right up on and here comes Ernie Irvin about to take 3rd. He does take 3rd from Mark Martin. Now he's going to try to get 2nd away from Morgan Shepherd. Kyle Petty, meanwhile, is the leader of the race. He comes off of corner number 11 and takes the caution flag. Irvin trying desperately to get 2nd, and he does not. Morgan Shepherd 2nd right now. Ernie Irvin, then Mark Martin and Wally Dallenbach as the cars hammer down for turn 1, having taken the caution flag.
Did Mark Martin have his hands full trying to get back by Ernie Irvin? Boy, oh boy, what a great shot from inside his car. And it quit raining, Bob. Just the latest the latest weather update, it quit raining.
Well, I don't think it has here on the main straightaway. It's still racing. Here's the replay now. Watch Ernie.
He's on the outside of Morgan Shepherd, not the way you want, not where you want to be. but now he needs to get back to the inside, which he does. Makes Mark Martin run over the curb. He said, okay, now I'll try to get Morgan. Says, ooh, and Mark. Hey, I'll tell you what, that's rain up there coming up behind these cars, isn't it? That's water.
Yeah, it was very wet coming off of there. I'll tell you, they did a great job of driving so that we didn't see a big mess there.
He really did do a nice job saving that car, because he would have tagged the wall a little bit more. There's Kyle Petty leading. You watch the field go by. Now this is really the same as a field summary, as you can see where your favorite driver is. We lock down the camera here and watch the field go by. There's Dale Jarrett and Harry Gant.
And Davey Allison's car driven by Dorsey Shredder way back there.
About 20, I'd say that's about 23rd or somewhere in that neighborhood.
Let's get out to John Kernan, who's with Robin Pemberton.
Robin, a smoking pit stop on that caution period back there, less than 21 seconds. You guys are doing it just a little bit differently than everyone else. Is that how did you come out with that idea?
The guys in the shop, they've been doing some thinking. I let them do that every now and then, and they've come up with a few different ideas to try. We did it in honor of the Olympics. You know, you got the Fosbury flop and all that stuff. You know, I mean, this is a little bit different twist for us. Seems to work pretty well. You know, it's hard for crews to come here because you pit in a different way, and it's hard to get acclimated to the situation with only doing 2 or 3 stops. So we put a little twist in it.
Obviously, it did very well. The car also working very well. Kyle has said that it's not his driving ability out there, it's the car that you put underneath him. But you told me that, well, driver ability and car have a lot to do with it.
Now, Kyle's pretty underrated, and he doesn't take any credit. He does an excellent job, and he deserves a lot of the credit. We came up here and tested last week for a couple days, and a lot of driver. Motor deal's really good right now. John's done a great job with the engine, so it's just a good thing, you know.
As we're waiting for them to come back across to the start-finish line under caution, we look up and see all these dark clouds. Past the halfway point, you all may have pulled something off.
Well, we've had a cloud overhead most of the year, so maybe this is one that we welcome, you know. If we could ever get lucky, this would be the time. We've had a lot of misfortunes this year. We've run real well, and the last 8 or 10 weeks have really turned around for us. Hopefully this will turn out our way.
Maybe, Bob, they've just found one of those dark clouds with a silver lining, possibly.
Very, very possibly, because the track is very wet. And look, the tarps have also been brought out by the pit crews trying to keep their pit areas dry, but the track is wet. Now, this is how it looked from Mark Martin's perspective as he and Ernie Irvin and Morgan Shepherd battle for position. Watch him come off corner 11 and get way sideways.
Laying that gas pedal, trying to keep that car straight and trying to beat Ernie Irvin to the line all at the same time.
Jerry Punch has a comment on Kyle Petty.
I think what makes Kyle's achievement even more amazing today is you got to remember, guys, only the second time in 4 years he's raced here. 89, he ran a limited schedule, did not run Watkins Glen. In 1990, he raced here. In 91, he was hurt, didn't come to Watkins Glen, so he hasn't been here in 2 years. And to do what he did this weekend, qualify on the front row and lead this race in rather inclement conditions, I tell you, he's got my vote.
In the last 5 races, Kyle has 4 top 10s and has moved to 11th. Only 10 points out of the top 10 in NASCAR Winston Cup points. We are under caution, not because of an accident or debris on the racetrack, but Mother Nature has once again opened up and dropped a little bit of rain on Watkins Glen International. Back with more after this. Oh, what I wanted to say, Mikey and Neil, you can hear this too. On the telestrator, you guys have had various things, and it has been an incredible help to me. If we can do that every race, because basically I know what's coming up next.